Hey y'all, episode 14 of my paranormal experiences and supernatural weird incidences is coming at you right now. Okay, so I'm thinking that I want to tell y'all the story of the night my friend and I saw some kind of weird, what are they calling them now? I guess UFO is now no longer cool. It's UAP, unidentified aerial phenomena, right? As if changing the title somehow changes it from what it is. It's still some kind of weird object that's not identifiable that's flying in the air, right? I guess it makes it a little more ambiguous. I don't know. Anyhow, my friend Ash and I, we decided that we wanted to go for a walk one night, and this is again in Florella, Alabama, that same border little town on the border of the Panhandle area of Florida and Alabama, Lower Alabama. And it's just a little tiny place, but it's a beautiful place, home of Lake Jackson, real pretty, and I lived there for about 5 years. And it was one late summer night, probably about this time, and we were all kind of, wanting a snack, a drink, and we decided that, and down there it's real hot, and even at this time of night it's real warm, and it's just a beautiful time to get out there and smell the honeysuckle in the air and everything. And we decided that we were going to walk down to the store. There was one little store that stayed open. It was really kind of like, it was a Tom Thumb convenience store. And we we're going to walk. It's probably about 5 or 6 blocks to the store, so it would take us at least 15 or 20 minutes across this little town. And it was real quiet. It was a town that rolled up its streets. Like I said, the only thing that stayed open was that Tom Thumb convenience store. And we were walking, and there's probably about 2 blocks down the road where Highway 331 is. Rolls into Florella, actually. We were beside the old laundromat, which it was an old laundromat there, but it wasn't even open at that time. They had another one at the other end of the road, but this had once been a bigger one. And they also had an old gym that was right beside it. And we were walking there up to the first light, main street light there. And all of a sudden, we see in the sky, we see this like long oblong shaped kind of aircraft in the air, and it comes hovering, and at first it's like probably like 30 feet above us, and it has like 4 lights that are going down the end of it, and we're staring at it, and I'm like, whoa, that's kind of weird. And I didn't really think anything too much of it yet, because it just looked like it was just like maybe like a blimp just kind of floating above, but it was really dark, so I couldn't really tell. And then all of a sudden, it dropped instantly, like 15 feet. And then it zipped across the air. And it zipped across the sky. And then it started floating at like the same rate that it had been the first time. And my friend Ash and I are both watching this, and we see it, and we continue to watch it, and I explained to her, I explained to him that there's this weird craft in the air, and I don't understand what it is, and did he see it too, because am I crazy? And of course Ash the whole time, he's like, no, I just seen the same thing. This is what it looked like. It was oblong shape and described the lights. And I was like, so we both just saw that. And we're continuing to look in the sky and watching. And it's now ahead of us in the direction that we're supposed to be walking. So we're like creeped out, not knowing what this is. But we're like, okay, we still want to get to the store. So let's just keep walking and watch it as we keep walking. And so we start walking, we walk across the street, we watch, we can still see it. And then we get, like, the way the sidewalks were, we were about to get to the next block to have to cross a road again. And it all of a sudden just disappeared completely. Like, the sky where it was at went completely black. And it was gone. And so we were like, okay, you know, we realize that Eglin Air Force Base isn't too far from here. This is a weird anomaly, strange aircraft, but okay. Let's just go ahead and go to the store and get what we need and everything. So we go to the store, we go in, we get what we need, and we come back out, and we once again decide, you know, let's go see if we can see anything else. And we walk around a little bit more of the town, a little bit slower, and we're looking around, and we still don't see anything else in the sky. And so we decided to walk back home, still hyper aware of what we had seen on the way there, watching the sky for anything else, and nothing else showed itself that night. But it was definitely weird, and it ended up being not the only experience that I had with seeing something like that in Florella. I seen a lot of weird aircraft in Florella, and I know that some of it definitely was military grade because of Eglin being right there. But other things were so technologically advanced that it seemed like it didn't make sense. And I actually did contact MUFON, and I talked to them about that. But unfortunately, we didn't have any documentation. We didn't have any videos or any cameras. So this happened several times. We were also, you know, kind of in a poor state at that time, and it wasn't quite as easy to get documentation like that. And I mean, a lot of the times when everything's like this happened, we were already engaged in something, so we didn't expect to see it, or, you know, neither Ash nor I had any way to actually record what we saw, but we corroborated what we saw with each other. And funny enough, this happens to me a lot with a lot of the paranormal experiences that I've had, but other people have been with me to corroborate that they happened and also, you know, experienced the same things. So I do feel that that area is a hotbed for activity, and it is coming off of the Gulf of Mexico into the Emerald Coast area there. And Eglin is a huge Air Force base. It's got a lot of history attached to it, right there between Fort Walton, Destin, and like the Panama City corner. There's a huge area with several different types of military stationed with bases there, and it's a lot of wilderness, and a lot of different types of aircraft testing has been done, including testing that led to you know, fighting and different battles that were historically important during World War II. So it's a really big, historically important place, still functioning today, gigantic, and there are black bears and pumas / panthers all over the place, and, you know, it's swamps, which means gators and all kinds of, you know, poisonous snakes and every other kind of obstacle you can think of, and it's a lot of dense forest area there, so full of a lot of yellow pine and mixed dense undergrowth and bayous and things like that. So it's very wild, very old, rugged terrain, and it's beautiful. It's absolutely majestic and beautiful, but I have had a lot of weird experiences while I lived there, but mostly they had more to do with seeing strange anomalies in the sky over anything else. There was the one little ghost experience that I had with the house that I lived in being haunted, and there was seeing a chupacabra down there, which is on another one of my stories a while back on this same series. Again, if you guys go through, I have a collection saved of, this will be number 14. All 14 of my paranormal stories and experiences are in that collection, and you're welcome to go through them at will. And I still have probably about another 7 stories to share before I'm going to start maybe reaching out to people that had been around me and experienced stories in the same places, or just get maybe viewer related stories so that I can share things with you, and we'll go from there. But in any case, thank you for listening to me tonight. I hope you like this story. And again, if you're interested, check out Florella, Alabama and Lake Jackson. It is the oldest lake, natural lake in the state of Alabama, and it's absolutely gorgeous there. It is majestic, enchanting, and full of hauntings and strange things. So check it out.